Yep.
All right, welcome guys to the 14th round of this FSR 2016 championship. It's the ACE division from the Malaysian Grand Prix. And I am Justin, and I am joined today by Martin, Felix, and Jeroen. So we've got quite the lineup today.
Yeah, we have indeed. It's the first time for in the commentary booth, so a very warm welcome to him as well. Round 14
Thank you.
Malaysian Grand Prix. We may see some thunderstorms here and there along the way. There's about a 50% chance of rain. However, it's currently dry and we are in the qualifying session with 9 more minutes to go. Becker leads the pack with a 35.9, so the first 35 has already been set. He's got quite a bit of a gap to Norbert Leitner, half a second, and surprisingly Shatsi Pansel is in third. However, he has completed all of his laps already, so he cannot set the lap time anymore with 9 minutes to go.
And he's the only one so far that has finished his lap. So everybody still has, it looks like most people still have 2 attempts. Florian Becker, I believe, just started his 2nd attempt, so he's still got 2 more after he completes this lap. So plenty of opportunities, only 13 drivers on the server for today's race. And absent today is, of course, the 2016 ACE champion, Michi Hoyer, who has already won the championship a while back, actually. Currently sat on 269 points. He missed the race in Suzuka as well, but he has already been crowned the champion. Same thing for Avid Chronic Racing Team as well. They are the champions when it comes to the Constructors' Championship as well. So that is all pretty much wrapped up so far.
That's funny to have Stefanko, and obviously, I mean, he has been quite competitive in this ACE field, so he will know a lot about the drivers, give all kind of insights, and as you said, Justin, ACR won the Constructors, and that was also thanks to Stefanko. And the 2 compounds we have got for this weekend are the medium and hard compound, the 2 hardest compounds we have got available to us as mod, as league. Just like in Formula 1, of course. Becker then is on a lap, has gone purple in the first sector, hasn't improved in the second sector though. We'll see how he does in the first sector. However, he has abandoned his lap, I believe, so is he gonna do another run then? That would be a bit surprising. No, he dives into the pit lane, okay. Oh, he actually messes up the pit lane, okay. The entry at least.
But he's still got 2 more attempts, which is pretty much the same as most other people. I believe Leitner is out on a hot lap at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And he has done a personal best in the first sector, half a tenth up on what he did for that 136.445. He's going to have to find a lot more time than that, though, if he wants to challenge Florian Becker. He's got another 4.5 tenths to find, and it's a 32.0 in the middle sector. Not quite a PB, but only 4/100ths up. So this should be an improvement if he can keep the third sector consistent to what he's been doing. He did a 39.6 in the third sector on both of his previous attempts. So if he maintains that, then he should be half a tenth up, around a 136.4 or so. Into the final corner he goes now, and we will find out if it's an improvement. It's going to have to be an almighty final sector, though, if it's going to be good enough for pole. Let's see, as he crosses the line, it is a 136.166. That was by far, 2 tenths quicker in the final sector than on his previous attempt. So that does move him up to just 2 tenths off of Becker, but still quite a bit of time to find, and he only has 1 more attempt.
Lucas Smith then currently in 4th position, also on the lap, pushing very hard as he is in the final sector himself too. 2 very long right-handers in this final sector. The first one he has just gone through, and then the second one is right here. I hope Felix van Delft is looking at Lucas Smith. Turns it in nicely, the front end being quite responsive for him. Gets some oversteer on the exit though, but could line himself pretty nicely up for this long back straight. This is one of the DRS zones. The next straight, so after this final corner, is also a DRS zone, which will be interesting in the race, of course. He loses a little bit of sight of the apex of the exit of the corner. That compromises his exit heavily. He does improve though and actually puts himself in 2nd, so that's a really stunning job from Schmidt. Very nicely done. Purple final sector, that's really where he gained gained his time, even with that mistake in the final corner, because I definitely think he can go a lot faster through there than he did then.
Yeah, at the moment, a little bug here at the UI. It's showing that everybody is Dylan's grievance. At least when I switch to the cameras, the tower is correct, so you can see all the times on the left. The timer on top is also not correct.
Oh, yeah. It says 47 minutes,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
But the rest is okay. The tower is okay, so you can see the times there.
I think worth pointing out that Lucas Schmidt as well does still have one lap remaining. So Florian with 2 more attempts still to go. Lucas and Norbert with 1 attempt each.
Go ahead.
Florian Becker is 1/10 up on his previous bit, and now it's 2/10 up in the second sector. So brilliant lap actually from Florian Becker. Now he's in the third sector, and we will see if he can manage to have a great final sector and improve on his lap time. Oh, nope. He messes up the penultimate corner and he gives up on his lap. And yeah, but as you said, he has I think one more try left, so he can definitely try again to improve his lap time and put a bigger gap between him and his opponents.
Yeah, because they are closing in. He's now got 2 drivers within about 2/10. Norbert Leitner is a little bit more than 2/10 off. Lucas Schmidt, 33 thousandths quicker. What's up?
Christoph Schorer is, I don't know really how to pronounce his name. He is on a fantastic lap time, almost 4/10 up on Florian Becker in the second sector. Wow! That is a great lap so far from Christoph, but we will see how good the final sector will be.
Yeah, 31.7 in the middle sector. That's fastest of anybody.
Yeah, that's a really good lap time. Now he's in the final corner. Go on the power as early as you can. Open up the DRS and go to the start-finish line. And just missed out on. Yeah, and you can see the frustration. Wow, but a great lap time from him.
19 thousandths off. That's I'm sure Florian was already a little bit worried about Lucas and Norbert. Now that was the final lap of Christoph Schoer, we should mention. So that is going to be it for him in qualifying. So that's as good as he's going to do. But he becomes the second driver to dip into the 135s with the 135.966, less than 200ths off of Florian Becker. But Lucas Schmidt out on circuit now on his out lap, and I believe Norbert Leitner on his hot lap. Yes, he is. Not a very good first sector, though. 24.9 in the first sector. That's 3/10 off of what he did on his previous attempt.
Yeah, he's gone. You shouldn't even pay attention anymore. I mean, all respect to Leitner, of course, but that's a huge loss already in the first sector. I don't think he'll be able to make that up, but maybe he can throw up a little bit of a surprise. We'll have a look at this middle sector. It is green, so it is a personal improvement, but again, I think the damage has already been done in the first sector for him.
Yeah, 3/10 lost in the first sector and only 1/10 gained in the middle sector. So his PB is a 39.4 in the final sector, and you can gain quite a bit of time through 13 and 14. So the rest of it, though, is pretty straightforward. Obviously, very long straight down towards the final corner, and then just a straight shot to the finish line. So he's going to need a pretty insane final sector here as he makes his way out of the final corner now, and he's going to head down towards the line, staying to the right-hand side of the circuit, of course, and he does not improve.
Purple final sector, though, so it's a real big shame. He has lost so much time in that first sector. There was definitely a little bit more left for him on the table, I think.
So Lucas Schmidt now starting his lap. Coming over the start-finish line now. Let's take a look at his lap.
And here is wide open for the run down into turn 1, 333 kilometers an hour. A little bit dodgy on the braking, to be honest, not very stable. Coming around the second corner, this one is interesting. You want to focus on the exit here, which goes downhill. Gets a bit of oversteer as he tries to put the power down as early as possible. This is all flat out, obviously, for him as he heads down to turn 4 it is.
So Lucas, this is his final attempt, of course. Sergi Harris in 6th, his final attempt as well. Dylan Scrivens, his final attempt, and Rian Lamprecht as well, his final attempt, and Florian as well. So we'll see what these guys can do. But this is going to be the end of qualifying with these 5 drivers out on circuit.
Yeah, and just a
Did it
quick
turn
note. Schmidt now only 200ths of a second off Becker's lap time, but he messes up.
Oh,
That's a huge shame. That's a big shame. He could have definitely fought for the pole position, but yeah, sadly made that mistake, and yeah, not gonna happen. But just a quick note, as you said, Schmidt's top speed 332, 333, something like that, and Becker's top speed is only 327. So yeah, that could, if he will get into a fight with someone and the driver behind him will have a top speed like Lucas, then yeah, he can find himself in not really a good position.
Sergi Harris really, is the only person that can still challenge for pole, and it's not been a fantastic lap so far for him. Not quite a PB in Sector 1, but not far off his personal best. No, yeah, he's down on his previous lap time, so unless he can manage to find 9/10 in the final sector, I don't think he is going to be taking pole position. But he makes his way to cross the line, the final car, and he is going to hold on to that 6th place position. No improvement from him. I'm going to take a quick picture of the qualifying results here before they go away. But it is Florian Becker on pole, Christoph Schoer alongside him on the front row of the grid, Lucas Schmidt in 3rd alongside Norbert Leitner, then Chatsapantelis, Sergi Harris, Dylan Scrivens, Corey Jamnik, Rian Lamprecht, Tank Applegate, Ron Squire, David Ibanez, and Andrew Toussey, rounding out the 13 drivers for today's Malaysian Grand Prix.
Speaking of the top speed of the top 4, Becker has got 327 like Stefanko has mentioned, Schmidt 333, Schoer also had 333, and Leitner actually is the lowest with 324. So you can see the difference in setups here, definitely visible. I mean, the low downforce configuration mainly works obviously down the back straight and the main straight. Perhaps it works a little bit as well down to turn 4, but that's a downhill section, so there isn't much to be gained, to be honest, with a lower downforce config. And you see Becker then, he has gone for a more balanced approach, I guess. And why wouldn't he? I mean, the middle sector is quite downforce related.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all pretty downforce.
Yeah, you can somewhat compromise for that by adding mechanical grip, but the fact is that it are very high-speed corners, so a lot of aerodynamic downforce is being generated there, and obviously the higher the downforce is, the better it works through there. But of course, you pay for it down the back straight and the main straight. The thing is as well, if Schoer, for example, and Schmidt can keep up with Becker for the first 3 laps or so, DRS will become effective as well. And it has a major effect, I think, around this track. DRS really gains you a lot of time. So if Becker cannot really pull away in the opening couple of laps, I think he will struggle to keep those 2 cars behind.
Yep, yeah, because the DRS zones are back to back. You know, so at something like Silverstone comes to mind, the DRS zones are separated by, you know, a fair number of corners. So, you know, it's difficult to stay behind. But with Malaysia, of course, there's just one corner, and it's a very slow corner. You're really not getting dirty air through that final corner, that hairpin. So, yeah, you're right about that. The DRS can be very powerful here, as can the slipstream, especially the combination of the two. So yeah, I imagine Florian's probably going to be using a lot of boost to try and pull away early in the race, if he can.
So I've got the plugin fixed, just so you know, everything working again as it should.
Has Leitner qualified on the prime tire?
Did he?
I don't think he did. Has he? I don't think he has.
I don't think he did. No.
I think everyone was on mediums. He's just driving the warm-up on the prime tire. So.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't comfortable enough yet for himself, but he's in the top 10, so he doesn't have the right to start on that hard tire.
Unless he decides to start from the pit, but don't see that happening when you have a P4 under your belt already. But who knows, huh? I mean, 2 weeks ago we saw someone leaving in the middle of the race to watch to watch the unpredictable happen, where Mercedes was 1-2 or whatever. And that was 4 weeks ago or so. No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk too much about that. But yeah, most of the guys now getting a feel for the fuel, getting a feel for the higher weight of the car, of course. And yeah, this circuit is pretty tricky. It's easy to lose the car under braking in certain corners.
I agree. The layout isn't tricky. The way they have made it is really tricky. It is incredibly bumpy. I have no idea where they got that idea from. It's very, very exaggerated in my opinion. It is really bumpy. It is more bumpy than you would think it is when you just look at it. But when you actually drive it and when you feel it, there are so many bumps, and like Felix said, it's incredibly difficult to get the braking right because of all those bumps. You'll see it mainly in turn 1, if we can ride on board with Norbert Leitner. He has just come out of the final corner, going to enter turn 1. The braking goes a little bit, it is a bit steep. You go a little bit up, so to say. And then here there's one, and then this is quite banked, cambered, but in the middle there's another one. So it is so incredibly bumpy, and I really don't know where they got that from, to be honest.
Yeah, well, maybe next year we've got the new tarmac version as well, as they have in real F1 this year. But yeah, for now, these guys have to deal with it. The conditions are equal to everybody, so
well said.
Yeah, they have to deal with it.
It's a personal favorite circuit of mine, though. I feel like I should say I really, really like Malaysia. There's just something about it. It clicks with me. You know, it's one of those things that's hard to explain. Particularly the middle sector, though, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I really enjoy, and I really like the penultimate corner as well. It's sort of similar to, maybe not quite as bad, but sort of similar to turn 1 at China. Decreasing radius corner, it tightens up as you go in. Very difficult, you know, you're braking and turning all at the same time and coming in at a fairly high speed. Turn 12, very high speed, of course. So it's a tricky circuit, but personally, I think it's one of the best Tilke circuits. And yeah, hopefully it'll be good racing. It's quite warm. Of course, we have the 2 hardest compound tires, so these are the tires that, of course, give the least amount of grip as well. But I'm hoping for a pretty good race. You know, it's not a circuit that's necessarily difficult to overtake at in comparison to other ones, again, because of the back-to-back DRS zones. So I'm hoping for good things. And looking at the qualifying times, it does seem that everybody pretty much has somebody that's a similar speed as them. Florian Becker and Christoph Schow are about 2/10 up on the rest of the field, and then Lucas Schmidt and Norbert Leitner are about another 3/10 up. George Chetzepantelis is a little bit in kind of no man's land, but then Sergi Harris and Dylan Scrivens very close to each other, Corey Jamnik and Rian Lamprecht. So it seems everybody has somebody to race, at least in this race. Despite the smaller size grid, everybody should have somebody that they can, like, even Ron Squire has David Ibanez to go up against. So those 2 guys, I'm sure, will be battling as long as they make it to the end of the race.
Well, to be honest, Becker is a guy that, to me at least, it seems like it that he is a guy that has a good qualifying, and then the race just doesn't go the way he wants. So we will see. He starts from pole, so he's in a good position. So we will see if that will change this time around.
Yeah,
he lacks consistency.
True. Just to give you guys a heads up, just checking the weather status at the moment. We have about a 50% chance of rain here during the race. So that's gonna be...
it seems darker to me, right? Is it darker?
It
is darker.
It is,
okay.
definitely.
It's definitely darker. So maybe we will see some rain. There is a chance for thunderstorms even. So, hell...
Red flag coming up.
We don't know.
Everybody's gonna need a white visor.
Yeah. Calm down, Mary. But I think it's time now just for a little ad, and we will be right back in just over 1.5 minutes.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just rounding out the warm-up session. Yeah, actually, it looks like there's not much time left to go, so just a quick reminder for everybody, it is Florian Becker on pole, Christoph Schoer alongside him, and then Lucas Schmidt and Norbert Leitner in third and fourth. And how long is today's race, actually?
56.
56 laps.
56, yeah, 42's for pro, 56 for the ACE race. So what are we thinking as far as number of stops? I mean, can you two-stop? Can you do medium, hard here?
Yeah.
Definitely,
I think you can,
yes.
I think the hards last about 20 to 25 laps. It depends, of course. And the mediums about 10 to 15.
It's this almost exact same situation as in Suzuka, I think.
Yeah.
In Suzuka, you also had 14 laps on the medium, so it's the same here, really.
Yeah. To be honest, if someone has a really good tire wear, they can try to do a double medium stint and then go hard at the end. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
That's tricky.
But I think that most drivers will prefer a two-stop with starting on the mediums and then just going twice hard tires. So
Yeah, agree.
I think that's going to be the most favorite option for all the drivers here.
Yeah, I guess to run two medium stints, you'd have to really get like 16 or 17 laps even out of the medium compound.
So, guys rolling off the grid now for their formation lap.
You know what I would like to do actually, we haven't talked about him yet really, but yeah, my good old friend is making some progress. I am really serious when I say that. Schatzi Panselis is in 5th place behind Norbert Leitner, and that is perhaps something we didn't see before in the season. Funnily enough, Schatzi Panselis spoke to me after the Suzuka race and said he was quite eager to improve. And I think he actually is making some steps, so that is nice for him. Hopefully he can finish the race though, because before the broadcast started we had a little look at the statistics, and so far Schatzi Panselis has not finished a single race this season in ACE, and that is quite painful.
Yes, it is indeed.
Andrew Toussey will start from the back of the grid. Will be interesting to see what he can do, whether he can move up the field. Sergi Herras is in 6th. I remember him quite positively actually. I think he has got some decent pace, but perhaps is further back than he would really like.
Yeah, well, I think everybody would like to be in front. But,
yeah, but he has got the potential to be higher than that, I think.
I think so too. He had a good race in Suzuka, I believe. So, of course, that was his debut. But yeah, Florian now in the penultimate corner.
And it's indeed the whole grid on the medium tire, like we predicted, and like we saw in qualifying.
Ron Squire is spin around. What has he done?
Did he?
My plugin says he spin around. So let's take a peek.
Yeah, he caught up, so it's fine really. It's not ideal.
No. Yeah, spin around at the exit of the turn before the penultimate corner. So no worries. So Florian lining up in his grid slot.
Almost. There he goes.
Yeah.
Now he is.
Now he is.
It's a bit difficult sometimes.
Nice. Reversing again.
He wants
trying
to
to get the
perfect.
trying to get the perfect position.
The pressure of pole is getting to him, apparently. But the lights are coming on now as we prepare to go racing. Florian Becker on pole for Naked Grand Prix, and we're away. And it looks like a very good start for Lucas Schmidt.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot up the inside. Wow, Christoph Schoer takes the lead. Not a good start for Florian Becker whatsoever. Are they going to be 3 wide? Just about 3 wide. Schoer with the inside line.
Oh, there's the contact!
Contact
between Schmidt and Becker.
Yeah. And that's going to drop Becker down into 4th. He's going to have to defend from Leitner. Schmidt continues on up ahead. He's now going to have to get defensive into the right-hander. The turn number 4 up here. They're going to be side by side into the corner. No contact, guys. Florian sticks it around the outside. That's going to give him the inside line. Yeah, he's already got the move done into the 2nd sector.
It almost looked like Lucas Schmidt had the false start, to be honest. I don't know how he did that. I don't think he's got a penalty for it.
No,
but
he
was
doesn't.
right on the limit of getting a false starter. So good job from him. He is being pressured though by Norbert Leitner already. And the absolute winner of the start is Shazi Pantelis with the second place. There goes Leitner.
Both guys side by side. But Schmidt will hold on to his 4th place for now.
Not ideal for Schmidt though, he's losing a lot of ground to Florian Becker up ahead. And obviously Leitner doesn't care about it, he wants to get that position. Immediately there's that 1.5 second gap to Florian Becker. Shower will lead after lap 1. And a little bit of trouble in the background. Andrew Toussaint is off the track, so not a great start from him.
I think Lucas is gonna, he's got the position heading into the final corner, but Leitner is all over the back of him. He's gonna get an almighty slipstream, and not far behind him, of course, is Scrivens and Harris as well, waiting in the wings. But it looks like Lucas Schmidt has the straight line speed.
Yeah, remember, Leitner had the lowest top speed out of the top 4 in quali, and by quite some margin as well. So
9 kph.
Yes, exactly. It's not easy for him.
His top speed only 304 kilometers. Other guys had their top speed was around 10 kph better, so yeah, that's certainly not going to help Norbert Leitner in this race.
Top speed is happy with that 1-2. Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
Yep, 6/10 gap between those 2 Go Speed cars that are leading, and then as you mentioned, about a 1.5 second gap to Becker, now down into 3rd place after a difficult start for him. It does seem that Lucas Schmidt though has found his groove and is starting to pull away a bit from Leitner, now 7/10 at the last split. So he will, for his sake, I hope anyway, be able to break that DRS range as we are now on the 2nd lap. DRS will be activated next time, but of course the activation zone and detection line is before the start-finish line, so it'll be in just over 1 lap's time. So I imagine Leitner is going to be pushing very hard here to try and keep up with Schmidt so that he can get that double DRS at the end of lap 3.
Shazi Pantelis is sticking with Shower here. This is great stuff from Shazi Pantelis. His driving is really dodgy, but it's working for him in some ways. He's twitching a lot with the wheel, turns it into the final corner, but switches to 1st gear. Better to stay in 2nd there because he lost the rear end because of it. But he's sticking with his teammates so far. Last lap times. 39.8 from Shazi Pantelis, 40.2 from Becker. So Becker actually loses out by 4/10 over the course of last lap even.
Yep, and a 40.3 for Lucas Schmidt actually, so that's just slightly slower than Florian Becker. So Florian doesn't have to worry too much about the guy that's a 1.5 behind him. So it does still seem that nope, Leitner is out of the DRS range. It was a 40.6 for him last time. So he's going to have to start worrying about Scrivens and Harris behind, although those gaps as well are starting to extend a little bit, it seems to me.
Yeah, and Shazi Pantelis was really close in the 1st sector to Christoph Schauer, and Shazi Pantelis also is the only driver so far to get under 1 minute and 40 second mark. He's done a 1 minute 39.8, which is 2/10 faster than what Christoph Schauer has done. So yeah, so far a good pace from him.
And of course, DRS, as we mentioned, activated at the end of this lap, or activated very soon, actually. In fact, here we go into the penultimate corner, turn 14 for Shazi Pantelis and Schauer, and it looks like a pretty good exit for Shazi Pantelis. Now the DRS is going to be open. He's picking up a bit of a slipstream as well. He's not going to be able to do anything into this final corner, but I'm not sure he would want to anyway. Ooh. Getting very late on the brakes there, nearly running into the back of Christoph, and I think that means he's probably going to have to wait another lap before attempting that overtake. Let's see here. He's out of the final corner now with that slipstream and DRS, but I think Schauer has the advantage because of that mistake.
Definitely. Not close enough on this occasion. Locked up really heavily. That's certainly not going to help his tire wear.
Yeah. He's got a good exit here out of this turn. He could maybe try it into turn 4.
Oh, he's really close. He's really close. He might try it.
Oh no! God!
And he's out.
Into the wall. No, he keeps it out of the wall, but losing a lot of positions here, George Shazi Pantelis.
Yeah, that is a big shame for Shazi Pantelis. Yeah, but rejoined the circuit just ahead of Rian Lamprecht. So Schatzi is in P7 right now, 3.5 seconds behind Sergi Harris. So yeah, he's got a lot of catching to do.
Well, that should make things pretty exciting for the race, though, because we know he's got the pace. We know, well, hopefully he'll have the consistency as well to start attacking back through the field. But Shower's got a decent-sized gap now.
Yeah, and Andrew Tusay is out of the race. So yeah, what has happened to him?
Let's see. He
crashed. He crashed into. Yeah, just like Schatzi Pantelis, exactly the same mistake.
Yeah, exactly the same, and he was not so fortunate to keep it out of the wall. Ooh, pretty hard hit there, losing a wheel even. So, yeah, sad to see for Andrew Tusay, starting from the back of the grid, of course, but now has a did not finish after his name. So Florian Becker seems to be pushing a little bit, or Christoph Schroer is dropping down the pace. Florian just came almost 6/10 closer in that last lap.
Yeah, Becker has done his personal best, 140.1. And he's closing up to Christoph Schroer, and he's only 1.1 seconds behind him now. So if he gets just a little bit closer, he will get DRS. But as we have seen in quali, Becker's top speed isn't really that great. So yeah, we'll see what will happen.
4/10 alone in the first sector on this lap, so Becker is getting massively and might even sneak DRS in this lap already. Maybe next lap, but yeah, if he already gains 4/10 in one sector.
And Schmidt and Leitner, a huge crash. Schmidt had a bit of a lag. Schmidt had a lag there, and just rejoined right into Leitner's car. So wow,
Let's see. I'm getting a replay of that now. So Schmidt coming out of the exit of the fast chicane, and then it's leg spike, and then right into the path of Norbert Leitner, and nothing Norbert could have done about that.
Exactly.
End of the race for both of the drivers.
That is a huge shame. Just as Ron Squire has spun in the second sector in the fast left and right hander. So he is in 12th place, but he will jump into P10, which is 1 point. So if he finishes the race, he will get a 1 point. But yeah, another mistake from him. Locked the rear tires, and he's losing almost 14 seconds to the next car ahead, which is Tank Applegate in P9. So Ron Square, so far, a pretty lonely race, just like Applegate. He has a pretty lonely race as well. Otherwise, everybody else has a driver that he fights with.
Yeah,
Schatzi Pantelis is fighting with Lamprecht.
Yeah, he's trying to make his way through the field.
And there's a battle now between Lamprecht and Schatzi Pantelis, yes.
They were battling even into turn 1. He tried it into turn 1, but Lamprecht had him covered on that occasion. He tried to switch back at turn 1. Didn't work out for him. He had the outside line for turn 2, and it just didn't work out for him.
He got
on the
stuck.
curb.
He got stuck on the curb, and from then on, he couldn't do anything about it. So, that's definitely a shame from him. Now he is locked up. Yeah.
So there's going to be a big gap now between him and Lamprecht. So, actually, the gap between Schroer and Becker has been increasing. So I don't know if maybe Schroer was just backing off, saving the tires a little bit, possibly, and then once he noticed that Becker was almost in DRS range, then he put the pedal to the metal. Let's see what the lap was. Yeah, it's a PB for Schroer, 39.9. Becker with a 140.4. So yeah, 5/10 quicker. That lap was Christoph Schroer. So yeah, maybe he's responding to that naked Grand Prix car behind him.
First pit stop of the day, lap 6, Schatzi Pantelis. Not really a surprise, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. After those 2 mistakes where he has spun, the tires...
Surely that means he's 3-stopping.
Yeah, the 2-stop is not gonna work now.
Yeah, definitely. Not as 2-stop from now on.
Well, he goes onto the hards, goes onto the prime tires, so
Yeah.
maybe he's maybe he's optimistic about that.
2 times 25 laps. I don't see why not.
It's a bit of a stretch. You guys were saying 20, so 25 is not that far off, but
Yeah.
so yeah, maybe he's just giving himself options by running, because if of course, if he went onto the mediums for that stop, then he's locking himself in for a 3-stop. So maybe he's just giving himself that choice later on in the race.
But I think if he has good enough tire wear, I think he can definitely do a 2-stop from here.
He hasn't though. He hasn't got that. If he drives the same way as he did in the first,
Yeah,
first
exactly.
day-
He will,
No,
yeah.
not because of the spins or whatever, but just before he spun, I was about to say that Chelsea Panselis' best bet is somewhere within the first 5-6 laps or so,
Yeah.
because he is so aggressive with the driving, generates a lot of tire load in the corners,
Exactly.
and that
Especially
costs
at this
a lot
circuit.
of tire wear. Yeah.
Because if you look at him, there is smoke coming out of his tires pretty much in every corner, so that's really killing his tires.
He's fast, he's got the raw pace, but
Yeah.
he won't have the pace over the course of a whole stint, and that's obviously what counts in the race.
So it seems the battle right now is for 6th position between David Ibanez and Corey Jamnik. This actually has been going on for a little while. There was just so much else going on at the same time. But I've been steadily keeping my eye on that gap. They're going to be not quite side by side into the final corner. It does seem Corey is being extremely cautious with this overtake. He's really taking his time. He's been
Very
stuck
good
behind him
accident.
for a while.
Yeah, and he's going
Here-
for it.
There he goes with the inside line into turn 1. Surely this should be pretty easy. Oh, he does get outbraked a little bit though. He's gonna stick it around the outside. Now he's gonna have to go around the outside at turn 2 here. It leaves him plenty of room. Holy cow, you
Yeah.
can fit another car in there.
Yeah,
But a
exactly.
great exit means that he does move up into 6th.
You just need to watch out though. David
coming
got
back.
a good exit as well here, and he throws it up the inside
Oh.
there. Locks the brakes a bit alongside each
Oh.
other, and then the oversteer
Makes
on
a
the
little
exit.
Yeah, a little bit of oversteer, and yeah, he certainly won't regain his position right now.
It has to be Corey his debut.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I think
Is
so,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep, I don't see him anywhere on the results. So yeah, this that would be a fantastic debut. Actually, he's up into 6th now. He just got released, so I'm not really going to pay attention to his lap times. But he's now got that clear air. In fact, he's got a 20-second gap to 5th position. But let's see what he can do in that clear air.
And Christoph Schauer has done new fastest lap, 1:39.6. So that's pretty good
Another
lap
4
time.
tenths quicker than Becker as well.
Yeah, so pretty good lap time on 8th lap. All options.
But yeah, I think maybe he was, because he was in the. I mean, he had a 1:40.7 on lap number 4. I mean, that is a pretty slow lap compared to what he's doing now. Of course, he is burning off fuel, so the car is getting faster. As with real F1, the cars get faster as the race progresses. But yeah, I think maybe he was just kind of backing off a little bit, saving those tires for later in the stint. He may be trying to go for a 2-stop strategy, whereas others maybe aren't trying to do the same. But he's now got a 2-second gap, which is what he had before. So he's built that gap back up to 2 seconds where it was before. And coming to the end of lap 9 now, which means the pit window should be opening in the next half dozen laps, give or take. And we'll find out whether or not these guys are going for a 2-stop, and if they're going for double primes. There are a number of options, as we've discussed, depending on these drivers' tire wear.
Yeah, I think we can expect the first regular pit stops in around lap 12 or something like that. So there's still like 2-3 more laps to go on this set, and then we will see what the drivers will choose for the next stint.
And Schauer crosses the line. It's a 40.2, 6 tenths slower than his previous lap, but still 4 tenths faster than Florian Becker. So that gap continues to extend, now 2.5 seconds. And Corey Jamnik really has not broken away from David Ibanez. It seems these two guys are very equally paced. I believe Ibanez is getting the DRS.
No.
He did not get the DRS. Okay,
Not
so
this
yeah,
time.
Jamnik is breaking away.
On the previous lap he had the DRS, but not this time, so that definitely shows that he is pulling away just slightly.
And did George make an overtake on Applegate?
Yeah.
Okay,
Might
okay,
have,
yeah, we
yeah.
must have missed that.
Yeah, that was a few laps ago.
Gotcha. Let's see. It does look like, let's see, Scrivens and Harris are still pretty close. So 140.9 last lap from Scrivens, 140.9 last lap from Harris as well. It's about 2 seconds, a little over 2 seconds separating those two guys for the final podium position as we come to the end of lap 10 now. So we could still have a battle on our hands as far as third place is concerned. First, I mean, we still have a battle for first place as far as I'm concerned, but that really depends, I think, on Becker.
Yeah, and Sergi Harris has pit light on, so we will see if he will pit. And indeed he does.
Going to
On
the pit lane.
lap 10 it is.
Yeah, coming to lap 11 after this one.
Yeah. So we will see which set of tires he will choose
Yeah, we're gonna see.
for the upcoming stint.
It's gonna feed out right about Corey
Right,
and
the hearts.
David. I think they are still in front.
What's the undercut like at this circuit? You guys are all the drivers. I'm not a driver. What's the undercut like here?
Wow.
Wow.
If you're going from mediums to hards, I can't imagine it's much of an undercut.
I think.
Yeah. If you go for the mediums, then that's definitely an undercut. But if you go for the hards, well, it depends pretty much how badly worn are the tires of the guys that you're fighting with.
It could be, I think, but it's not as big as it has been at other circuits. Circuits here.
Like Singapore, for example,
Yeah.
that was a pretty big undercut there. Harris did come out into clear air, though, 10-second gap to Lamprecht up ahead, so he can really make the most of these prime tires at the very least.
Oh, and Tang Applegate has stopped on the track and is out of the race.
Uh-oh.
So that moves Ron Squire into 9th position, and he is into the pits, but he puts his pit limiter on pretty early.
Came out of turn 4, then span on the curb into the barrier there and lost his rear wing. So, yeah, unfortunate for Tank Applegate there, ending his race in the 11th lap.
So Ron Squire in the pits, and he chooses the options.
Interesting.
That's an
Yeah.
interesting choice
So
indeed.
he's probably on a free stop then.
Well, he's got nothing to lose because
Yeah.
he's in last, so yeah, I guess he can be a little bit more aggressive with his choices.
Yeah, certainly.
And the shower still increasing the gap to Florian Becker. It's now 3.2 seconds.
Yeah.
And Florian Becker has his pit light on, so we can expect him pitting on this lap. And we will see how good the undercut will be. And that's the same for Scrivens and Lamprecht as well. So pretty much like I said, lap 12.
Yep. Yep,
Yeah,
good
but-
shout there. It does seem Jamnik and Ibanez are still pretty close together. I was taking a look as they were finishing lap 11, and they did. Ibanez did not get DRS again, but he's
Yeah,
still
Florian
just
into the
about
pits.
hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jemnik
Slowest result.
has his pit light on as well. And Florian Becker indeed coming into the pits, and so is Scrivens.
Yeah, this is gonna be crucial for Florian Becker. Is he gonna go to
Yeah.
the harder tire? Then he's gonna need to try and make the best of it in his outlap.
And it's the hearts.
Yeah, it is indeed the hard. Scrivens will be going also to the hards.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Lamprecht's in as
Lamprecht-
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lamprecht in the pits.
Which is good for Florian because I was curious if he was going to come out behind Lamprecht, but Lamprecht made that nice and easy by coming into the pits. He also fits the medium compound tires, the hard compound, just like Scrivens and Becker.
Yeah, and Shower immediately responds to that, has his pit light on, so we can expect him to pit on this lap. So Becker really needs to push now if he wants to close the gap to Christoph Shower.
Christoph Schroer, looking at his sector times, not the best lap at the moment, but that's gonna be interesting at the exit of the pit, I think.
Oh, Jamnik fits the hards while Ibanez has gone for the mediums, and he is the car behind. So, interesting choice from Ibanez. He's going to have to get kind of aggressive if he wants to, because he followed him into the pits. These two guys are just inseparable. And he's gone for the mediums, which means now he's going to have to make that overtake on circuit, which is great for us as spectators, but not so great for him.
And Shower's in the pits. The difference between him and Becker is 20 seconds, and that's about, how long the pit stop takes. It's about 20 seconds, so we will see. Becker really needs to push hard now.
Yeah, 9/10 he gained in the middle sector, 33.2 for Becker. Shower with the 34.1.
Yeah, and Shower has chosen the hard tires, and this will be really close, I think. Oh wow, this will be really close.
Yeah,
this will be really close. Oh, and oh wow. But I think Shower is just gonna hold on, but he's made a mistake.
Just about
really
covers him off there.
Yeah.
Very, very close. He actually left him room there, but now Becker, with the warmer tires and the better run out of turn 2 and the slipstream as well, is Shower going to go defensive? Yes, he is. He's going to stay to the right-hand side. He's going to force Florian to the left, and he gets defensive, and he's going to try to round the outside, but no, Becker just can't do it. Oh, better exit, though. Out of the corner. Can he squeeze it up the inside? This is going to be very close. No. Wow. Oh, man, that was nearly an incredible overtake. If he had done it at the inside of turn 5, not really an overtaking location.
Yeah, what a battle.
I don't think it's over yet.
Definitely not.
At least not if you ask Florian Becker.
This just shows just how much you can gain by the undercut, because Becker was over 3 seconds behind Shower.
Yeah.
Before he went for his first pit stop, and suddenly he was right behind him, so he gained like 3 seconds on his outlap.
I believe he set a purple sector 2 on his outlap, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not seeing any other 33.2s. Okay, no, Christoph Schoer actually did a 33.2. 3 laps in a row he did a 33.2, but yeah, his tires were pretty dead. So here we go. Oh,
very late there, Becker. Wow.
Very late. I think that's the second. Wasn't it Becker that went deep into that corner early in the race? I think it was. He is going to pick up the DRS here, but he's going to be way too far back to do anything about it. And then, of course, he'll have one more attempt into turn 4, but that is slightly less likely. Oh, the back end of Schoer just stepping out ever so slightly through that corner. And Becker just a little bit more aggressive into the corner, but it looks like Schoer's got a better exit. So, yeah, I think Becker's going to be too far back.
Yeah, definitely too far back here to try anything into turn 4.
And also, I think we have another fight coming up, Lamprecht versus Chassis Panzelis, because Chassis Panzelis has got the DRS wide open, and he is within 5/10 of Rian Lamprecht. So we have 2 fights right now on our hands for the lead and for the 5th position.
George was so aggressive on the brake. I mean, he was trail braking through half of turn 1 there. You could see he really felt confident, at least on this particular lap. Oh, gosh. Very, very close to the back of Lamprecht there. Into turn 4, you could tell. Oh, yeah.
And again loses the back end.
Oh, no. That is a shame.
Oh, George.
The dirty air and his rear tires do not really go together. Oh, watch out for fire.
I was also watching the fight between Yemnik and Ibanez. They almost made contact coming into turn 1, but they managed to avoid that. That is a battle for 7th position.
There's a surprising. We got 3 battles going on, and there's only 9 cars on circuit.
Yeah, but Becker doesn't have DRS on this occasion, so Schoer again increasing the gap between himself and Florian Becker. So that just shows that Schorer has a little bit of a better pace than Florian Becker.
I think Ibanez is now aware that Jamnik has the primes up ahead of him. Oh, that was not a very good turn 9 for Ibanez whatsoever. But yeah, I think he's now aware that the car ahead is on the prime tires, because he does seem to be a little bit more racy than he was previously. Into the final sector and into the penultimate corner for Ibanez. Let's see, is he going to be close enough to get the DRS?
Nope. Not this time. It was very close though.
Yeah, and he's not going to be picking up much of a slipstream here either, so it's probably going to be at the end of lap 16 that he gets his next overtake attempt. It was a bit wide through the final corner, but that's something that I've seen a lot of F1 drivers even just skipping the apex of that final corner. Would you say that's optimal, or do you guys try to hit the apex for that final corner?
It doesn't.
Well,
really...
it depends. Normally, you don't really want to hit that apex, but when you're fighting with someone, you want to take a different line coming into the final corner to have a good
is that Ron
exit.
Squire?
Yeah, Squire. I'll turn around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as Martin says, ideally that doesn't really matter a lot if you take the curb or just go a little bit wider through that last turn. But if you're battling
Not a very
somebody,
big impact.
Yeah, if you're battling somebody...
Look at Becker.
Yeah,
Becker's
again.
at a really good final corner.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that lap.
He's getting really close. They are now coming into turn 1, but I think he's just too far behind. But he's having a look around the outside though.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, he's too wide. He's too wide.
Just a little bit. But
Yeah,
Schorer
no.
actually misses his apex. It was almost like he was giving him room there.
But you could really see there that Florian doesn't have the best top speed though. He's trying it again, coming into turn 4, round the outside. Now he's trying to do the switchback, but yeah.
He's gonna try it.
Wow. Oh, he's gonna try it! Oh, that was so close! That was so close. Wow. What a battle.
I don't think
For the
any
lead
contact
here.
was made, but that was
No.
very, very close. Yeah,
Wow.
Florian just kind of chucked it in, I think, hoping for the best, and it didn't quite work out for him, but thankfully no tears on this occasion, so they're both able to continue on. But yeah, I think he might know that he's faster. Again, we talked about the consistency of Florian Becker, or you guys did talk about the consistency of Florian Becker, but I mean the raw pace is clearly there. A bit of wheel spin at the exit of turn 11 there. Going to be a little bit difficult for him to follow through turn 12. Heavy on the curbing on the left-hand side into the penultimate corner, where the dirty air can be difficult here as well. Just kissing that apex ever so slightly, and then picking up the DRS. So
Yeah, it's going to be really close, I think.
Yeah, even closer than last time, potentially. It's all Let's see, does he outbrake himself again into the final corner? No, he does not. He keeps it, gets it all slowed down very nicely.
Yeah, but I think he should have gone for a different line, because he was in his dirty air, so that didn't really help.
And the top speed again. I think you guys are right. That he just doesn't seem to have the top speed to make the overtake.
Yeah, even with the DRS, he just doesn't close, quickly enough to have a really good run.
Oh,
I mean,
he took a very wide entrance in the turn 2, but then got that wheel spin, so he's gonna have to sit behind for another lap.
yeah, I mean, the Becker is right now. He's in a difficult situation because sure he has higher wings, he has the better downforce, but since he is in Schorer's dirty air, that doesn't really matter. And when he's on the straights and he uses his DRS, he just can't get past. So Becker is really in a difficult situation now. He needs to hope that Schorer does just a tiny little bit of a mistake, so that he can have a better shot at overtaking him.
Preferably at the final corner, I'm sure he's hoping for.
Yeah.
A small mistake at that final hairpin would be exactly what Florian needs here. It does seem the gap is quite a bit bigger on this lap than it was on the previous one.
Yeah,
Yeah, this wasn't
in the second sector there. It's purple second sector actually, 33 dead. So here,
And I heard some crashings.
Uh-oh.
Ibanez.
But,
Ibanez. Or is it?
I don't see anything.
No, probably then just a cone or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and Becker doesn't have DRS on this occasion. Yeah, I was watching him this lap, and it wasn't really the
Does have it
best lap.
here though, does he?
Yeah, he does it. He has it on the start-finish straight, so he will definitely close the gap just a little bit. but surely it won't be enough for an overtaking opportunity.
Ooh, bit of a mistake there, sure, in turn 1.
20 for Becker. I didn't see Shower's top speed, but yeah, 320 isn't very much when you consider the DRS.
Yeah. Because you would expect it to go, you know, to around 330 kilometers per hour, something like that. So, yeah, definitely not the greatest of top speeds for Florian Becker. And like we have mentioned many times, it's just gonna only hurt him in this race if he is in dirty air.
It's no wonder then that he was so aggressive trying to make that undercut work, because it's proving so difficult to make the overtake on Christoph on the circuit. So I can see why he was pushing so hard on that outlap to try and get that track position. Yeah, he might even be able to pull away. You know, he might have that raw pace on Christoph potentially, but the gap is pretty large now. Will he get the DRS into here? He was just under 1 second at the split.
Yeah. Good. Look at the DRS. I can already see that if Florian Becker has an engineer, they're already planning to do another undercut on Christoph Schower to get ahead.
I can tell you he does not have an engineer, but...
Oh, well, but he will certainly want to make another undercut. I can guess.
Not a great final corner for Becker. He's going to be way too far back. He was about a tenth closer as they crossed the line than he was at the end of Sector 2 on the previous lap. Very aggressive on the brakes. Yep, trail braking halfway through that first corner. Amazing how much faster these guys are compared to me. You know, I'm riding on board with Florian heading into turn 1, and I'm thinking, that's too late, and he makes the corner just fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be another lap in the dirty air of Christoph Schower for Florian Becker.
He had a little bit of oversteer coming into turn 4, so he has lost 1 or 2 tenths. And the gap is right now over 1 second, so Florian really has to push now in the remaining of the second sector and the start of the third sector to get back into the DRS range.
They are coming up on Ron Squire as well, so this could be a potential opportunity for Florian Becker, depending on where these guys come up to behind him. But yeah, it looks like they're actually going to come up behind him on the back straight or the start-finish straight. Wow, Becker was really wide through there.
Yeah, but he has the DRS, so... But he's not close enough right now. He might be for the start-finish straight if he has a good enough exit. Oh! I just saw Ron Squire going
I saw that too.
On that straight. That's really weird.
Maybe he saw a bird or something. He's just getting out of the way. Didn't want to murder that bird. Now, did Schower pick up DRS here?
Nope. No. But Florian Becker is really close. He's really close now. The top speed going up to 330 kilometers per hour almost. And very close. Gonna try.
My gosh.
Yeah, he was again too wide in the first corner, so couldn't make that stick around the outside, but he's even closer than the last time he tried an overtake here coming into turn 4. They are now side by side almost. Let's see on the braking, and Florian Becker really late on the brakes. He's trying to stick it around the outside and it's worked perfectly, and Florian Becker is up into the first position. Wow, great move from Florian Becker there.
Wow, Christoph Schower did not make it easy on him at all. That was an incredible battle. I mean, that's been going on pretty much all race long, and Florian finally gets it done. But now the thing that we have to consider is that Christoph, who has the better top speed, is now also going to be the one with DRS. So if he can stick through this second sector, then we might just see Christoph fly right by heading into turn 1 and really take that lead. Yeah,
Florian really needs to pull away, and he might actually have that 1 second gap, though it's no, I don't think so. Florian Becker made a little bit of a mistake there, and
it's just enough.
Schower doesn't have a DRS.
No,
he doesn't have DRS actually.
It is just enough for Florian Becker, showing real good pace here and maybe able to keep Christoph Schower behind now for the rest of this stint at least. At least if he does not make any mistakes, he has shown that he is the faster driver, at least with the higher wing setting here.
And he doesn't have the DRS for the start-finish straight also, though it was very close. But yeah, great pace from Florian Becker. He hasn't won a race, if I remember correctly.
Nope, he has not.
Yeah, so that will be a great achievement for him.
Yeah, this year actually is kind of his return to sim racing. He has been quite active in the years of 2010, 2011, even has won a season of another sim racing league. But yeah, he is now returning to sim racing and showing that he is definitely still pretty quick and might be able to take a podium or even a win here this round here at Malaysia.
And turning the focus elsewhere on the circuit, that battle between Harris and Scrivens is still going on. And also between Ibanez and Jamnik. Yeah, Ibanez still hasn't gotten by Chatzipantelis into the pits for a set of the mediums. That's an interesting choice.
Wow.
But yeah, Ibanez still stuck behind Jamnik, which is really not what he wanted. And in fact, at this point, it really seems like Jamnik is actually starting to pull away. Yeah. That gap now 2.3 seconds, in fact. So yeah, those hards now holding up a little bit better than Ibanez's mediums.
Yeah, and to be honest, Chatzipantelis has only done 15 laps on the hard tires, so yeah, that's really not much.
35 laps still to go, and he's on the mediums now, so surely he's going to come in and stop for either 2 more mediums. No, probably 1 more prime stint right at the end. I would hope, right?
Yeah. I assume so. He's gonna do like 10 to 12 laps on the mediums, and then he's gonna do something a little over 20 laps on the hards. But you know, with his tire wear, just look how he's killing the tires. There is smoke coming out of the tires in pretty much every corner, like I already said. So yeah, I don't really know if he can make that stick.
And he's also come out behind David Ibanez and Corey Jamnik. Now, he does have much fresher tires and better pace as well. We shouldn't forget that, he did a 136.5 in qualifying versus Jamnik doing a 138.1, for example. So he has flown right up to the back of David Ibanez. Ibanez is on those worn tires. He stopped at the end of lap 12. So these are 10-lap-old option tires on the car in front of Chatzipantelis, and I imagine Ibanez isn't going to fight this too hard. And no, he's going to let George take the inside line, and I imagine Ibanez is just going to be happy to pick up the DRS here and maybe drag him that little bit closer to Jamnik. Oh, George is very wide. I think he's going to hold. Yeah, he's going to hold on to that position, but Ibanez will pick up the DRS here, so that'll help him in his quest towards closing down on Corey Jamnik. He could do an undercut. He is going to be stopping before Jamnik, of course. Yeah. But George up to 7th, and now he turns his focus towards Jamnik, who's just 3 seconds up the road.
Yeah, Ibanez certainly wouldn't want to fight with Chatzipantelis because he's not the guy he's fighting with, so he will just lose time by defending his position.
Chatzipantelis was very aggressive into turn 2. I don't know if we caught that on the camera.
I saw that.
Yeah, very, very aggressive through there. Again, just really punishing these tires. And I mean, it's 29 degrees Celsius ambient temperature at the circuit, so I imagine these tires are probably screaming right now. And it just gets even worse, of course, into Sector 2, because now he's taking an apex speed of nearly 200 kilometers per hour through turns 7 and 8 there. But as predicted, he has flown right up to the locking that, or under rotating at the very least, that inside tire heading into the turn 9 hairpin there. But I think he's pushing especially hard right now because I think he wants to get by Jamnik on this lap.
Yeah, and coming back to the front, Becker and Schorer, the gap was all the time around 1 second, and Schorer couldn't just get the edge on Becker and get himself into the DRS range, but he's still pretty close now.
Yeah, Chatzipantelis with a mistake, penultimate corner.
Yeah.
And
he's all over the place, man.
He's got a cone stuck to the back of his car. At least on my screen, he does.
Cones all over the place.
The cone has been released and has taken out another cone. That's interesting. But David Ibanez, as a nice little bonus, is going to pick up DRS once again.
And the Schorer is going to pick up DRS as well on the Florian Becker. But he's 1 second behind now. Didn't have the best of exits in the penultimate corner. Let's see what he can do now. Pretty good exit from Christoph Schorer. Not so much from Florian Becker. So Christoph is definitely going to get much closer to Florian Becker.
And just a reminder for the viewers that Schower's tires are 1 lap fresher than Becker. And also, Becker spent a good deal of time in the dirty air of Christoph Schower. So I would imagine Becker's tires are quite a bit worse for wear in comparison to Christoph's.
Yeah, I think to be honest, Schower just wanted to, stay at the 1 second gap so he doesn't get that much dirty air, so he doesn't destroy his tires. And I think now he's trying to push harder to try and overtake Florian Becker.
Yep, it's either that or try to make the undercut.
Yeah.
Hit his apex quite a bit better than Florian did there
yeah.
at turn 7.
Exactly.
Put
Florian
him right up behind.
Yeah, Florian just a little bit wide.
Oh. Yeah,
Getting
Florian
really
is
close.
not seeming happy with these tires anymore.
Yeah.
Considering there are only 12 laps old at the moment, so should be able to do another at least 8 laps.
Yeah, I think at least 10 laps, maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more. Yeah.
No. If
Oh!
he pits,
Sure, just a little bit of a mistake, so it was really close, but after the mistake, not so much. But he's definitely closer than last time round by around 2-3 tenths. So that's definitely an improvement for him.
Jeroen, what did you want to say?
yeah, if he pitched lap 33, he would have done 21 laps, and then he would need to do 23 at the end. So that is a possibility for him, unless he wants to do a free stop. But I wouldn't switch now. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
He's put himself into this situation, of course. He kind of didn't have another choice, because he probably felt like if he didn't overtake at the beginning of the stint, then Christoph would have the advantage at the end and would disappear anyway. So his time to shine basically was at the beginning of the stint, which he has done, but obviously now gets compromised at the end of the stint again, just like we have seen in the first stint, where Schower was pretty good at the end of his stint. So I think Schower knows that as well, and is gonna try to capitalize again in the next couple of laps, then create a gap, and then Becker goes for another undercut, and you get the same story as this stint, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And Christoph Schower again, pretty close in the second sector to Florian Becker. Oh, that was really close. But hopefully for Christoph Schower, you will hope that he won't make that mistake he did last time round and be much closer to Florian Becker. And he doesn't, so he's really close. He's only 4 tenths behind, so he's gonna. Oh, and Florian Becker is off! Oh, wow. Well,
There goes that advantage.
yeah.
In the blink of an eye, that's all it takes. Turn 14 claims another victim. Certainly not the first, and it won't be the last. So Becker's got it all to do. I mean, he's now on much more worn tires than Christoph Schower. We saw how difficult it was for him to overtake in the first half of the stint. It's only going to be more difficult now. He's got a 1.8 second gap to the car ahead. He does have a 20-second gap to the car behind, though. So, as long as these guys play their cards right, they're guaranteed to finish first or second. They're essentially a pit stop ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah.
Back down to that battle between Harris and Scrivens, which is still going on. I think it's worth mentioning. 26 laps into the race, and those two guys are still separated by just 2 seconds. And meanwhile, Ibanez and Jamnik as well.
Oh, and Ron
have
Squire
closed
has
back down.
spun, and he has slowed down Shazi Pantelis, while Ibanez has his pit light on, so I can expect that he will pit at the end of this lap.
Yeah, he of course had that medium tire, so didn't really succeed in getting past Corey. But well, maybe next stint is gonna be his luck.
But yeah, the main battle's now in the top 4. Since or you said Ibanez had his pit light on. Yeah, that's right. He's the one on the options, so like he's going to be coming in. Lap 26, 30 laps to go for Ibanez. What would you guys do if you were in his seat here?
I would probably do twice mediums, probably.
Right.
Or,
that seems like the better choice, right?
Yeah. Well, he can either do that or he can go one medium and one hard stint. Depends on how good his tire wear is.
And I guess how much he wants to push. If he wants to push really hard, then yeah, he would want to throw a prime stint in there, and it looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's now going for the prime, so he's gonna go. He's gonna do, I think, about 20 laps, and then he's gonna go for the mediums at the final 10 laps.
Squire has made 27 laps, but will DNF now. Rear wing lost for him.
Yeah. So no
Technically
points for
24
Squire.
laps for Ron Squire.
Oh
But
yeah, wait, of course he was lapped a few billion times.
On the exit of the... which turn is that? Turn 6?
So yeah, so no points for Ron Squire. If he would just finish the race, he would pick up 2 points. But yeah, not gonna happen this time round.
And it does seem brighter out, so I think that threat of rain is maybe subsiding now.
Yeah, just taking a peek at the weather status now. I do think it's indeed not really as much. At the moment it says about 40% chance, 22% chance, and dropping. So
Gotcha.
probably not really likely to rain during this session.
Which is great if you're Christoph Schoer or Florian Becker, which, by the way, that gap has continued to increase by another 0.7 of a second, 2.5 now, as they make their way to the end of lap 28 to start lap 29 now, as we're past the halfway point of this Malaysian Grand Prix. And let's see, yeah, now 2.6. So yeah, Florian last lap with a 140.8, and Christoph with a 140.1, 0.7 the difference between the two of them on that particular lap. So yeah, definitely advantage goes back to Schoer after that mistake from Florian. Is unfortunate to see, because that was shaping up to continue to be a fantastic battle after 26 laps or so of battling.
Yeah.
And it's not over just yet, but it's not looking good for this particular stint.
Yeah, he has killed his tires being behind Christoph Schoer for majority of this stint. And the gap, like you said, is still increasing. It's 3.1 seconds now, so yeah, if it keeps going like that, an undercut will not help you or him get past Christoph Schoer. He will, of course, get closer, but it won't be enough for getting past him and retaking the lead.
At this point, I'm really pulling for Dylan Scribbins, because he is our next best hope for a good battle here. But I mean, that 2-second gap between him and Sergi Harris for the final podium position has just been rock solid, consistent for the entire race. These guys just can't pull away from each other or close up on each other. Although I say that, and then I believe Scribbins just found a few tenths through that last sector. So hopefully, though, but yeah, right now I'm pulling for Breslin.
Oh, and Becker is into the pits, so maybe a free stop for him.
Yeah, 26. Well, yeah, if he goes on to the mediums, then we know that it is in fact a 3-stop.
Yeah.
He's got that luxury though.
He's going for a free stop. Here we go.
Yep.
He needs to come out in front of Sergi Harris, which he does. We will come out
front of Harris. Or is that Corey?
Yeah, that's Ibanez.
Oh, that's okay.
Ah, okay. Well, let's see if he gets out of the way nicely.
He should. Ooh, oh my God!
Taking the risk there.
Well, to be honest, that's certainly not how you should let the driver go by. That was a bit too risky.
Well, no crashes made, so
yeah.
That's definitely one way to wake yourself up from maybe, you know, I know David has you know, maybe fallen into a little bit of a slumber after making that pit. He was very alone on the circuit after making that pit stop for the prime, so he was maybe just kind of off in la la land, just turning those corners.
Yeah, and now we have now Christoph has pretty much two options. One, he goes into the pits right away and goes pretty much on the same strategy as Florian Becker, or he tries to stretch this stint to do a 2-stop and go for the hearts in the final stint.
Stays
And
out
it looks like that's
and
what he's gonna do.
He has to, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
the
that's the
smart
right
thing,
choice.
Because
Yeah.
Becker has gone for, or switched to a 3-stop halfway, at half distance of the race, lap 28. Means there are still 28 laps to go, 14 laps on 2 sets of mediums, and he already struggled to do 12, I think, in the opening stint. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I get that he wants to try it, of course, but yeah, maybe also there has to be a point where you accept your loss, so to say. But again, I don't mind him trying, of course. That's good.
2 purple
Yeah, he's
sectors
gonna have
there.
to. He's gonna have to be about 0.8 a lap quicker on average to make
Yeah,
up for that 20-second extra pit stop.
And I think in the final 4 laps or so of a stint, Shower on prime tire will be faster than him on the warm tires. I think. Judging from how the first stint went.
So we'll keep an eye on that, but yeah, I mean, Becker's gonna have to start putting in like low 39s consistently if he wants to make this work.
To be honest, I think he's going to do 1:38 pretty easily. I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
certainly,
He already
yeah.
done 39.5 or something on
Yeah,
the prime.
full.
So.
But of course,
Yeah.
Shower is going to be in the 39s as well.
In a few laps time.
Yeah, exactly. Once he switches onto those primes. So yeah, I guess Becker's going to need even better than 38s if he's going to make this work, and he's going to have to be very consistent with those as well. End of lap 31 now for Christoph Shower. So if he pitted now, that would be 25 laps on the hard compound tires. Doesn't look like he's pitting. Nope, he's going to hug that inside line. Continue on for another lap. When did he stop again? He stopped on 12, so...
13.
Stopped on 13?
Yeah, 1 lap off the back.
Yes, 13. So he's on 19 lap old primes.
34.
34, you think?
Yeah, would make sense. 21 laps and then 22.
22? Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, and it's getting a bit darker in the first sector, so maybe a bit of a chance for rain.
Who knows?
We can always hope.
Yeah.
Always hope.
So let's see. Jamnik still out there on those prime tires. I think it's safe to say no. I don't know what's going on with Ibanez. I don't know if he's going to be able to close that down on Jamnik. I'm not 100% certain what the gap is since Ibanez is a lap down.
So, Florian Becker has done a 1:38.8, so like me and Jeroen have predicted, he's gonna do 1:38 pretty easily. He has done a little bit of a mistake into turn 2. He had a bit of an oversteering moment there, so he's definitely going to improve on that. And also, Scrivens is getting a bit closer to Sergio Harris right now.
Just outside the DRS range as it stands right now. Oh, yeah, you could really... I'm on board with Scrivens. As it comes out of turn 8, you can really see those dark clouds over towards turn 14. You really see those as Scrivens climbing all over the inside curve there at turn 9. The difficult double right-hander of 10 and 11 up next. Let's see. Is Scrivens going to be within DRS range here? I think he's just outside of it.
No, he has DRS.
He's got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so here
he's
we
got
go.
it.
The battle for P3 is finally underway.
Yeah, he's got it. And Sergio Harris has his pit light on, so he's gonna pit on this lap.
Darn you, Sergi.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, that's thrown off Dylan, I think. I think
Yeah,
Sergi's line into the pits there kind of threw off Dylan.
yeah. Dylan
He
has
was
got his
almost-
pit light on as well right now.
Resting. Yep, so he is going to respond, and I imagine he is going to push like hell on this in lap to try and minimize the time lost from the undercut on from Sergi Harris, who does go onto another set of the prime tires as expected.
So I think he's going to go to the end. At least you'll expect him to go to the end, and he has come out in clean air. 2.5 seconds in front of Rian Lamprecht, so yeah, good call from him. Yeah, and Becker is getting he's getting closer really, because the gap 2 laps ago was around 20 seconds, and now it's almost under 16 seconds. So he's getting really close, really quickly.
Understandable, of course.
Yeah. And Shower is gonna pit on this lap. Oh, what has he done? Oh, he missed. Oh, what has he done? What the
done a
hell is
Hamilton.
that?
Oh no.
Oh, what have you done?
Well, this is a very interesting development. I mean, we knew he was going to come out behind Becker anyway.
Oh my God, he may even.
Yeah.
Did he speed into the pits?
Perhaps,
Maybe.
Perhaps. I think yes.
Oh, and he missed this even. Oh my God,
did?
what is
No.
going on?
What the hell?
What
He
are
came.
you doing?
He came to
boy?
the last turn and just went
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah, what is he
gravel.
doing? Man,
And then
what was that?
onto
Penalty.
the pit lane.
Oh, he's
And-
got a penalty. Oh God.
What is he doing?
Well, this is going to be interesting. Oh wow, I was about to say a few laps ago that if Christoph doesn't make a mistake, then he has this in his pocket. He has the win in his pocket, but he has done the mistake. He missed the... He went... I don't even know where he went. He just completely... I don't even know what he's done. That was so weird. But yeah, and then he has... He sped into the pit lane, and he also missed his box.
So he's got a drive-through?
Yep.
Yeah, he has a
guess so.
drive-through.
So surely the mistake plus the drive-through swings the advantage back towards Florian.
Yeah, for
Exactly,
sure.
because yeah, when Shower will rejoin again, he will be
15.
well, definitely more than 20 seconds behind, and that is exactly what Becker needs. And he's also on the mediums, so he's going to be definitely just a bit faster than Christoph Shower. So yeah, the advantage is in Becker's hands now.
Yeah, Becker
Yep.
just needs to make sure he keeps his head cool. Make sure he doesn't destroy his tires. I mean, Jeroen
Yeah.
mentioned it.
What-
And yeah,
What-
Nick
what-
is
what-
into the pits as well.
What he could do, Becker. Shower goes into the pit lane now probably for a drive-through. Let's say 15 seconds. I think Becker could afford to drive like 4 laps longer, and then pit again for the prime as well, and stay ahead of
Yeah.
Shower while he does it.
Yep.
So yeah, or he waits, to get onto the medium again. But I wouldn't do that.
Oh, get it slowed down. Okay.
Yeah, he almost missed the pit lane entry again.
Yeah, Becker will have about 10-second buffer. So
Yeah. Only thing is probably Florian doesn't know Christoph has a penalty.
I just told him.
Okay.
I messaged him.
And he is 29 seconds almost behind Becker, so yeah, Becker has the advantage now of about 8-9 seconds.
And also the tire advantage.
Yeah, exactly. And as Rian Lamprecht is into the pits, and he is very careful going into the pits, so he didn't want to do the same mistake that Christoph Schorer did.
And I don't think he's going to lose any positions as a result of this pit stop. Currently running in 5th. Let's see if I can find out Lamprecht's best finish so far.
To be honest, what has happened here, because the difference between Ibanez and Yamnik is 18.7 seconds now. And both have done a pit stop, I think.
Yeah, Ryan
Oh.
Lamprecht, Rian Lamprecht, scored his first points last race at Suzuka. His first points of the season, actually. Picked up 11 points. Suzuka, what position is 11 points?
Yeah, Rian
third.
Lamprecht hasn't been here since the start of the season. He joined mid-season.
Yep. Yeah, he came in for Monza, Singapore,
Yeah, I
and
think so.
Suzuka. Didn't score any points at Monza or Singapore. Picked up 11 points in Japan, though. That was 6th that he got in Japan. So this would do one better for Rian Lamprecht if he could finish in 5th here today. 28-second gap to Scrivens. Lamprecht just put on these primes, so we assume he's going to go to the end. Does Scrivens need to stop again? No. No, Scrivens does not need to stop again. And Sergi Harris shouldn't need to stop again either. No. So yeah, if Lamprecht's going to finish higher than 5th, he's going to have to close down a 28-second gap.
Yeah, the difference between Scrivens and Harris has increased to 3.5 seconds. So so far we don't have any fighting here. The closest gap is right between Harris and Scrivens.
Jamnik and Ibanez actually are fairly close. No.
No, they're 20
no.
seconds.
Yeah, they're pretty far apart actually.
Yeah, yeah. Something
Yep.
must have happened there. Someone, probably Ibanez, made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. Must have done.
Yeah,
Must have
exactly.
been quite some time ago, as I can't see anything in the.
There is a
data.
car ahead of Ibanez, but I don't know who that is.
That is, I will tell you right away. That is actually
Harris, isn't it?
That's Christoph Schower.
Oh, that's Shower.
Yeah.
That's ahead
Yeah.
of him. Gotcha. Yep, you're right. Yep. Shower, that's ahead of him. But still holding on to 8th position.
Yeah.
Be some solid points. Oh, Ibanez runs very, very wide at the final corner there. It was an interesting line. But yeah, it looks like him and Rian as well kind of settled into their positions. Sergi Harris does have a 10-second gap up ahead to Christoph Schower, but we've already seen 2 mistakes now from Schower, so I wouldn't say that's out of the realm of possibility that Sergi could get that second place, but definitely advantage Becker now after those mistakes from Schower.
Yeah, but
you-
to be honest, Schower is now closing the gap to Florian Becker. It was
Really?
almost 29 seconds, and now it's 27.
No, only because he gained a second in the first sector this lap.
Hmm.
The previous lap Becker was still faster, so I don't know if
Well-
Becker made a mistake.
Well, to be honest, Schower's last lap was, or his fastest lap so far is 38.8. I think he did it last
you're
time
right,
around.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and Becker's fastest is 38.3, and yeah,
Correct.
those tires are not gonna be in the best shape, I think, already. So, because he has done a few laps on them already. Yeah, so his pace will not be the same as at the start of this stint. So Schower is gonna get closer, and maybe, just maybe, he might get close enough to actually rejoin ahead of Becker. But yeah.
If I were Becker, I would cut his medium stint at lap 10 because he
Yeah.
knows he's going to lose from there
Yeah.
onwards, and that would
Yeah.
then mean lap 39 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then for safety, just flick on the prime tire and make it till
Yeah.
the end. And of course, they'll be much fresher than Schower's tires then.
Yeah.
That would be my strategy. But if he knows that as well, I don't know.
Yeah, the gap is going to get under 27 seconds, so...
He's got enough of a buffer. He's still got 5
Yeah,
seconds. That's not
yeah,
the problem.
yeah, but he's catching really quickly.
Mwah.
But it depends
Really quickly.
when Florian will pit. I think he's gonna pit pretty soon, so I don't think Schower will be close enough to actually get ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Does
And then again,
Florian know the gap?
yeah, most likely.
Okay.
But then again, to add what Martin said, he has got the advantage then again for the end as well because of the fresher tires by quite some margin. So it's all Beckers to lose, I would say.
I agree with you though, Jeroen. If I were him, or if I were his engineer, I would just pit him for the primes. And then he would have the advantage all the way to the end of the race.
Yeah.
Rather than having an advantage and then not having an advantage and then having an advantage again, you know, I think you're right. Pitting now or now-ish for the primes would be the safer call. You'd have to do 18 laps if he were to come in on the previous lap. Yeah, now he's now on lap 39. So if he pits this lap, that would be 17 laps on the prime,
Yeah.
which is extremely doable.
Yeah, and it's also safer because if you want to try and stretch this stint, then you know the car is going.
Harris.
Oh, Harris.
Oh,
Harris
where's
is
that?
off.
Is that at the exit of 14
Yeah,
coming
exit
out of the back
14,
straight?
Exit
Yeah.
14.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, did he lose his rear wing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the dirty air of a
Oh.
backmarker, I think.
His teammate actually.
Oh,
Oh, that's not what you want.
And
no.
pretty unfortunate there for Sergi Harris. He was looking to get a podium spot here.
Yep. He was gonna get a podium pretty much. I mean, he did have one lap older tires than Scrivens, but I mean, it really didn't seem like Scrivens was actually closing in on him at a super high rate of knots. But yep, that's Harris out, unfortunately, so he will score 0 points, which means we have just 7 drivers remaining in this race.
Yeah, and actually Christoph Schower has done the fastest lap of all with 1:38.1.
Yep.
Was a second off the last time.
It was, yeah. That's a big difference. 0.999 off on lap 38.
Yeah, he hasn't gained much in the last lap. The gap is pretty much the same as it was, 27 seconds.
He didn't have a great sector 1.
Whoa, what is he doing?
Whoa.
What are you doing, man?
Isn't that the same thing that Ron did?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Are they both seeing invisible obstacles in the road
I
or
mean,
something?
maybe just I don't know. Squire probably sneaked into his
No,
home
no,
and
no,
tried
no, it was a lizard. I saw him.
Would make sense for Malaysia.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Not quite Singapore, but still.
Becker did continue on though. He's now on lap number 40, so I guess he's just gonna stick. I mean, at this stage, yeah, you know, he might as well just stay out the one more lap and just fit the mediums, because he is still gonna come out ahead of Christoph, even if Christoph picks up a couple more seconds over the course of the next 2 laps or so. Florian should still come out about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him. So, and on much fresher options tires as well. So. It does seem Florian's going to stick to his strategy that he decided on around lap 30 or so, shortly after lap 30. And we'll probably see him come in the next couple of laps, I assume, for another set of mediums.
Yeah, and Schower has actually gained 1 second in the first 2 sectors on Florian Becker. Gap is almost under 26 seconds.
Yeah. Actually, I think Florian, at the moment is probably trying to make sure that he gets these mediums as far as possible. Of course, as we said, it's probably best to go to the prime, but
Yeah.
for him, he doesn't have an engineer, so it's hard to judge. It's of course the disadvantage if you don't have an engineer, but still, I think he's pretty okay if he keeps it together.
140.000 for Becker last lap,
And
39.0 for Christoph, or 39.1 essentially. So just over 9/10 was the difference between them. So Christoph is closing in. I just don't think he's closing in enough. Florian's, this is now his 11th lap on this set of tires, if I'm not mistaken. 12th lap actually on this set of tires.
So he should pit pretty soon.
Yeah, with 15 laps to go, 12 laps in. Yeah, so I would say if he doesn't pit this lap, surely he's going to pit next lap.
Yeah. Well, the gap is under 25 seconds now, so yeah. Well, it will be very close, I think. It will be pretty close. Depends on how long Florian Becker will stay out.
And this is Dylan Scriven's 3rd race. I don't know if it's his 3rd race ever in FSR, but it's only his 3rd race in ACE so far in this 2016 season. So, and he didn't score any points in in Singapore or Japan. Now finds himself in a podium position, and with a nearly 30-second gap to the car behind as well. I mean, Dylan's in a position where if he wanted to, he could just throw in an extra pit stop just to play it safe.
Wow, nice lap from Christoph Schower, 1:38.3, just 2/10 of his fastest lap.
Just to come back on you there, Justin, Dylan indeed. He did do AMA series earlier this year. Actually won the...
Oops.
Oh, Schatzi Panzel is out of the race.
Oh!
Oi!
What's happened?
What's happened? Oh no, not Schatzi Pantel, it's...
Oh, it says engine on the
it
timing.
blew up. Yeah.
Let's see, coming to... Oh, yeah, engine blown.
Yeah, here we go.
Fire
Florian
and
Becker.
smokes.
Florian Becker has his pit light on. Christoph Schauer, the gap is almost under 23 seconds. I think it's going to be pretty close.
No.
Well, he's going to have that gap, I
No.
think.
He'll see him. I bet you
Oh.
he'll see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
coming
but
out
If
of
he,
the
will
pit.
see
exits
him.
if he exits the final corner, you can also see someone running
Right,
into one, and it's still 10 seconds, so that doesn't matter.
Well, I think he's going to rejoin like 2-3 seconds ahead of him.
Yes, yeah.
Something like that.
With much fresher tires and mediums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So-
I still wouldn't go for the mediums, but
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
I would go for the prime. I really
Mm.
would, but I think he will do medium. I think he will.
Exactly.
15 laps, okay, yeah, it's doable, but he will struggle a bit at the end, knowing him
Oh yeah.
so far in this race.
Yeah, he will definitely struggle.
Let's see. Coming to his pit box.
Yeah, he's going for the options.
Lol.
Third gear coming out of the pits. Is that normal?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
like we said, 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
3.5 to be exact. So
And there's a car in between them as well.
yeah, that
that's,
is Jemnik
Corey.
in 5th place.
He's definitely not holding up Christoph just yet, but now we're getting into the fast flowing corners.
Mm.
I think he's just about getting the dirty air off of that car in front, so that has not worked out very well for Christoph. It's not going to be traumatic or anything like that, but certainly it's not going to be helping him, especially through 7 and 8 here. Waiting to get on the throttle. There we go. And he's going to move far to the right-hand side. Yep, and he's going to lift off, let Schauer go through. Very polite move there. And yep, that gap now 4 seconds, and yeah, Florian on those brand new mediums. Even if he does hit the cliff at the end, I think the gap's going to be close to 10 seconds, possibly even just purely because of the compound difference, and also the tire life difference as well.
Yeah.
Only 0.2 quicker, actually. In that middle sector was Florian Becker. So he might be taking it easy on these mediums, which is
He
probably
should.
the right call to make. Yeah.
Well, he definitely should, because he has he needs to do 15 laps, which is quite a lot, especially with the way he's driving. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult for him, and yeah, we will see how it will pan out in the end. He might fall off the cliff.
Hey.
The tires might fall off the cliff at the end. So, but you know, it won't be easy for Schauer as well, because at the end he will do quite a lot of laps on the primes as well. But I think at the end it's going to be pretty much equal for them.
Yeah, Florian just has to be smart. I mean,
Yeah.
he should not focus on driving fast now. He can even drop 2 seconds and it will still be perfectly fine. He just needs to focus on making those tires last. Even if he gains like a second right now every lap, he's going to lose all of that again at the end. So if he just balances it out, that's all he needs. And
Ooh,
Schauer,
Schauer.
yeah, Schauer,
Almost spun.
aggressive.
Flat spot.
Becker was also very aggressive into that hairpin. So it's, you know, for both of them, we're recommending caution and reserve driving, and
Yeah.
these guys are completely ignoring what we're saying, and they're just pushing it to the limit.
Trust
Yeah.
me, from Schauer you can't expect that. No offense to him, but he is quite a bit of a, how would you, it's hot hat. Does that make sense, Justin? No, Justin, you're awake.
Well,
Sorry,
I
my
think
mic was muted. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure, hot-headed. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I know him from my times at Ghost Pit, and he really is hot-headed. And I kind of think what he feels like right now. He can, basically throw in 400 curse words in one lap right now, and I'm sure he won't be happy with it. One race, I think it was 2014 or 15 at Hockenheim. He said in the chat "F you" during the race to someone. That is quite strictly forbidden. So, he is quite a hot-headed person. He won't be happy with that at all, I'm very sure. But you know, if you're going to drive aggressive right now as well, it's not gonna help. I think this is the result of the race in terms of winner and whatnot, unless Becker does something, yeah, unexpectedly.
Yeah, so Shower has done a bit of a Vettel in that race, and he
is
has
off
done a
again.
mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
Oh, definitely
No,
not.
no.
Well, to be honest, I think we saw that he is hot-headed when he tried to go into the pits.
Yep, yeah.
You could definitely see it there because he missed the pit line, the pit entry. He sped in the pit lane and he missed his pit lane mark. So
Yeah, for
Yeah,
some
you-
people, mistakes are like a cascading effect. You make one mistake, and then that leads to another mistake, and
Yes,
it leads to it's a
yes.
domino effect almost.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm probably one of those people, to be totally honest.
Same,
You
same.
just get frustrated.
Yeah, doesn't help.
So now 10 laps remaining in this race, and Florian Becker still leading. Just needs to take it to the end now.
Yep, big gap back to third. Dylan Scrivens, as we mentioned, on his way to getting his first points and his first podium of the season for the ACE race. For the Ryan Lamprecht a further 30 seconds. So we got 30 seconds from Shower to Scrivens and another 30 seconds from Scrivens to Lamprecht. And a pretty sizable gap as well between Lamprecht and Yamnik. And then another fairly large gap between Yamnik and Ibanez as well. Does look like it's lightened up once again, though, so it keeps tempting us with those dark clouds every once in a while through the course of this race, but it does seem it is going to be dry until the end, unless the heavens miraculously just decide to open up all of a sudden, but
In the last
doesn't
lap.
seem like that'll be the case, but
No, I don't think so now.
yeah, we're not gonna have any battles anytime soon.
Does anyone know the nationality of Corey, actually?
Of who?
Corey.
Yamnik.
Felix,
gonna-
maybe, on the plugin?
Doesn't say anything on the plugin. He's driving for an FSR. I'm gonna look
Shame.
on
What about
knows?
Shower? What nationality is Shower?
German.
He is? I don't think it shows the German flag next to his name on the.
It does show Italian flag.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Maybe
be,
that's the hot-headed nature.
No, I wouldn't be proud of being a German either. So just hide it.
Corey
Oh,
is
Corey
USA.
is American.
I thought so. I thought so, to be honest. I don't know why, but I thought that he was American.
USA.
Corey is definitely an American
Yeah,
type
that's
of
true.
name. I don't think there's very many people naming their kids Corey outside of the
I
U.S.
don't know anyone here in the Netherlands that's named Corey.
Yep.
You, Jeroen?
What?
Anybody know anybody that's called Corey here in the Netherlands?
Yes, I know a girl called Corey.
Oh, okay. So who knows? Maybe this is a girl. Plot twist.
Well, maybe. Well, since nothing is happening, if anybody has a question, you can use hashtag AskFSR, and if you have any question, we can answer it, of course.
Yeah, we've had one from Paling, and David Cook has also come up with something interesting. I think that the shower has got some kind of Italian roots or something. It's also registered in GPCOS, which is the system FSR uses for results and stuff. Also has got an Italian flag behind his name, but he always types in German and his language is German, so I don't know where he got that from.
And Shower certainly seems like a German surname.
It's Skoer.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Skoer.
Yeah,
But we had a question from Dave Paling. Justin said he got the wheel. So Justin, have you tried these cars yet?
No, I have not. I still have not.
Well, you
Come
should.
I really should. But yeah, I got the Thrustmaster TMX, so I would like to try it out at some point in this car.
So next race,
Why don't we
USA. You're gonna race Ace, yes?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I could do the commentary while I'm driving.
Oh yeah, sure.
I did that once before for the Race of Champions, for those that remember, and that did not go very well, doing commentary and driving at the same time. I'm mediocre at both at the best of times. When you combine them, they both decline pretty significantly. But I have to say the TMX is very nice. I'm coming from the Logitech Driving Force GT, which does not have very good force feedback and is extremely loud. It's a very, very loud wheel to use. It's been a nice transition though, going from the DFGT to the TMX. The TMX really seems to be the new entry-level wheel, from what I can tell. You know, in the US, it's under $200, and it's much better quality than the Driving Force GT.
The DFGT is quite OP though for some reason. I really don't know why, but it seems quite OP for its price and whatnot.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people are actually really fast with that somehow too. I don't get it.
Exactly. And I would say the TMX is the first wheel that kind of breaks the DFGT's hold on that mid-range, you know, kind of entry-level category.
Now mid-range.
Because it's a similar price, but they actually make it. You know, the DFGT, they don't even make it anymore. So if you find one now, it's almost impossible. You know, whereas the TMX is brand new. It just came out earlier this year, so it's very much easier to find. And I even saw it for $170 on Amazon, I think it was, which is a very reasonable price. You know, when you compare it to $300-400 wheels.
Well, do you want to know a secret?
What's that?
I'm driving with the DFGT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
are you embarrassed to admit it?
Yeah, well, now a little bit, yes.
Or are you maybe proud? You know, because you could put in those performances even on that wheel.
Well, yeah, but some people in our team were a bit surprised that I'm driving this fast with such a wheel. And also, this wheel, there is something broken inside, so it twitches all the time, and it's really annoying. So, yeah, that wheel is a little bit broken, and it's a DFGT. So, yeah, so the team is surprised with the results.
Well, I'm contractually obligated to recommend the TMX as a replacement if it comes time for that. I do have to say, it comes with the metal shifters. The DFGT has plastic shifters. The TMX has metal shifters, which is a nice change. They are quite loud though. The force feedback is quieter than the DFGT, but the shifting is, you get that nice click sound like you're in a e-car or something.
Yeah, I've got the T300 RS, so the more high-end model of the Thrustmaster series. And yeah, that's also I drove with the G25 before, and really also quite a big step between them.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it was a big step for me too, for sure. The DFGT, you know, it was nice for while it lasted, but I'm very happy with the TMX now. It's been very nice. I've been using it in Forza Horizon 3, and it's been very good to me. So the gaps have only extended. That 30-second gap that we were mentioning between Schoer and Scrivens is now 40 seconds.
Schoer.
Well, to be honest, for me, reading it as a shore it's a pretty it's not a mean word in Czech, but it is a word in Czech, and it's really embarrassing when I read it like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is the word? Can you say?
You don't want to know.
Okay. Is it like a body part? Is it
yes.
part of an? Okay. I was getting that feeling from you, like you were just kind of trying to secretly tell me that it's a piece of anatomy.
Yeah. And to be honest, I was surprised when I heard that people drive with like 300 degrees of rotation or more, because I'm driving with 200 degrees of rotation. So.
I've been using 900 for a while now.
Oh, really?
I think
on
since
these cars?
No, well, yeah, I haven't driven this car, so yeah, maybe that wouldn't work so well.
Well, it depends on the simulator. Like on rFactor 1, you really want to have like 180 to 200 degrees of rotation, because that's just the best way to drive it, you know. And on rFactor 1, it's the opposite for sim. Like Assetto Corsa, when you really need high degrees of rotation.
And yeah, I drive a lot of AC, or I have in the past. It's been a
Yeah,
while since
I
I've
have
driven
watched a lot of your videos, so.
it.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
fan.
I say Assetto Corsa. I should just say Nordschleife though. That's pretty much all I drive there.
Zandvoort there is actually also quite nice. But that's going a bit off topic.
So let's look at the results. So Florian Becker leads right now. Where is he in the championship? He is currently 8th in the championship behind Ivanov. Ivanov hasn't driven since I think it's Hungary. Yeah, Hungary was the last time Ivanov drove.
Yeah, moved up to WC.
And so this he's got 67 points at the moment. This will put him at 92. This will so this win from Becker will actually move him up to 3rd.
Yeah, Leitner is DNF, so that's indeed very interesting in championships then, or well, championships. Of course, Mitchell Hoyer has already won, but
Right.
he can now challenge Callas maybe.
Yeah, he'll be only 6 points off of Callas for 2nd place.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
Callas
with
has
2 races to go still.
Callas has a 2-race ban, if I'm not mistaken. So.
So he won't
yeah.
be here for Coda either.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
So that's,
Yeah. So
yeah.
so that's good news for Florian Becker. He could grab 2nd in the championship.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see, Scrivens in 3rd. That would be 17 points. He's got 0 points at the moment. So that would move Scrivens from 32nd position up to 24th. So he will gain 8 positions as a result of his finish. Christoph Schoer, where is Christoph? He's in 13th position. He'll pick up 20 points for that one. So that'll move him from 49 points up to 69. So that'll move him from 13th up to 8th. So Schoer will replace Becker for 8th position, and Becker will replace Pasalis for 3rd position. So quite a lot of movement happening from this race.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Florian Becker only just over 4 laps remaining.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Schoer has really Schoer. Christoph, I'm just gonna call him Christoph. Christoph's definitely hit some sort of drop off, I think, because that gap is really starting to extend. 39.4 last lap from Florian, and 39.3 actually. Or no, I'm sorry, I'm on Becker again.
Yeah.
From Schoer, 40.2. Yeah, he's about to cross the line again. It's a 40.0. So yeah, that gap is really extending now.
Yeah, sure. Of course, on 17 laps, all hard now, and I think he didn't really, took very good care of them in the middle of his stint. So probably feeling, the consequences of that right now.
You know, if it wasn't for the drive-through, Florian would have just been coming up behind Christoph right about now.
It would
As
have
you can
been
see,
really
they're about 10 seconds apart. So
Another 4 seconds then, yeah.
right,
4
yeah.
or 5.
But he would have been closing in on him for sure, if not for that penalty. I'm assuming that he still would have had the mistake and everything, but just without the penalty. So yeah, unfortunately, I think that mistake from Christoph did rob us a little bit of a good battle to the end for the win of this race, but. Becker, Florian just made fewer mistakes today. They seemed very similar pace, different setups, similar pace, but Florian just ended up. I would say his mistakes were smaller, is what it was. He made a few mistakes too, but they were less costly.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to
To be honest, I was expecting Becker to fall down the grid from my experience. But what a surprise. He's in the lead. And if he doesn't make a mistake, he's gonna take his first win.
Yeah, Becker is overall a really, I think, pretty quick driver. But he just didn't have the consistency throughout the season. He has had a couple of good finishes. I think last round he finished 4th.
Actually, 3rd last
Third,
time
actually.
in Suzuka.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was his first podium.
So yeah, he's definitely showing that he's yeah, gaining experience and getting more and more. Yeah.
He did not score in Hungary or Singapore, but to be fair, not many drivers at all scored points at Hungary and Singapore this season. I think we had like 3 finishers in Hungary and like
Correct.
4 or 5 in Singapore.
Yeah, very true.
Singapore, don't know.
It wasn't many.
May have been a little bit more, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's still what it was not more than 10. I know that much. It was a
Yeah,
single digit number for sure.
Just like this race today.
But yeah, this
sad.
for sure would be his best result of the season so far, without question. With 12 second gap back to Christoph. But yeah, he's got nothing to worry about. 42 seconds back to Scrivens, and then a further 40 seconds back to Lamprecht. But a good start for Corey Yemnick. Maybe not the best pace, a lap down in the end, but he made it to the end of the race on his debut in a race where 7 other drivers were not able to finish the race. So a pretty good debut, you have to say, especially when you consider he's American. I'm allowed to make that joke because I'm American, but you guys can't make that joke.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Just got a quick message from Florian Becker's team boss, Chris de Jong. At the moment, Chris seems to be dancing in his living room naked.
Oh my god!
I would like a gif of that.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Well, he is the owner of Naked Grand Prix. So
Yeah, of course.
Does that mean the dancing is also naked?
Florian is
Yeah.
driving naked behind his SimRacing.
Oh.
That is the
Wow.
terms of service of the team.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight.
That would be an interesting live stream. I think he would get banned on Twitch pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, of course.
We'd have to
also-
do the webcam from the neck up.
Yeah. So Chris Kopp now asking for credit in the TeamSpeak chat. Chris Kopp did make the beautiful skin of the car, so great job, Chris.
For Naked Grand Prix?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. A lot of white.
It's pretty naked.
You're right. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. With some stripes though, so it's kind of zebra-esque at the back if you look backwards at the engine cover. You get a little bit of a zebra vibe from it.
Looks a bit like a Williams.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But final lap though for Florian Becker. He extends his lead by a further 4/10 on Christoph Spoer. Lots of effort for me to pronounce his name. But
every time I hear
six
that.
cars are it's all different cars. Six
Yeah.
different teams. No double finish for any team.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
So take that, Mercedes.
Well, seeing ACR in 4 doesn't really put a smile on my face, but yeah, what can you do? But
Yeah, we lost. It was
maybe in Pro?
Lucas and It was Schmidt and Leitner that we lost very early on in the race, and I think that also lost us a lot of potential for battling, because I think those 2 guys would have been right up there. Maybe not necessarily up with Becker and Christoph, but they probably would have been ahead of Scrivens. They had similar pace. They might have battled for the entire time.
Yeah, that most definitely. Oh, and Lamprecht makes a mistake.
Oh,
In the final lap, Lamprecht. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think he just didn't want to make the extra lap.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And look at him. Look at Florian. He's already weaving.
Yep, already celebrating. Well deserved. Well deserved. He definitely was the more consistent driver today between himself and Christoph. So he had the raw pace as well. He took pole. It was a bit of an exciting one for the first half of the race for him, but he does come home to bring that first win of the season for him. Christoph in second position will finish just over 13 seconds behind. Yep, just under 14 seconds behind even. And then Dylan Scrivens grabbing that podium for Breslin GP. Fantastic result for him. I'm sure he's going to be very happy about that after that issue with Sergi Harris. And Rian Lamprecht just outside the podium. 1 lap down. Corey Yamnik as well, 1 lap down. Not bad for a first start for him. And David Ibanez will claim the final points position in 6th, 2 laps down.
Well, that is it then. We're just waiting for Scrivens to cross the line and we're done. Oh, and a bit of a rage quit by Christoph.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he understandably frustrated.
Yeah. But, you know, it was his mistake, so...
Florian is just going on, by the way. He's still driving.
Yeah,
just full
so...
throttle. I think he just wants to empty the tank.
Yeah. I think Christoph can only be mad at himself for that.
Yeah.
Florian says thanks as he's driving. I'll never understand how you guys can type while you're driving.
He says it to me because I whispered congrats, but he doesn't know how to whisper back, I don't think.
It's probably too much to type. But yeah, Florian did an amazing job here. Capitalizing on the mistake of Christoph Schroer, of course, but still, yeah, showed that he has the raw pace and delivered here.
Yep, good stuff. So that is the end of the 14th round of the 2016 FSR ACE Championship, sponsored by Thrustmaster. And your winner is Florian Becker with Christoph Schur and Dylan Scrivens completing the podium. So that is going to do it for today's FSR streams. Of course, make sure to join us tomorrow, though, for the Pro race and then the WC race coming up after that. Any closing thoughts from you guys?
Just want to mention earlier today the highlights of the WC stream, of the WC race of last round, so the Suzuka round, Japan, has come online. So just as a preview for tomorrow, you can quickly watch that and get settled.
And in fact, there's 2 highlights. So there's one that's a little over 10 minutes long with commentary, and then there's a short one that's about 1.5 minutes long, set to music. So we have really tried to make that appealing for everybody. So if you don't have a whole lot of time, you can watch the short one with music, and if you've got a little bit of extra time, you can watch that 10-minute one. I watched them both because they're both fantastically made. Was it Felipe Giro that made the one with music?
Yeah. Yep. Felipe that made the one with music, and Cameron Roger, together with Dave Paming, of course, who did a commentary with the longer one.
Yep,
Great stuff.
Fantastic job by all 3 of those guys. So yeah, as Felix said, if you guys haven't seen those already, make sure you check those out on the FSR YouTube page now.
Yeah, so I think that rounds it up for today. I hope to see you all tomorrow for the Pro, and after that the WC race. And until then, take care.
Goodbye.